Hello and welcome back to Buckle Up. Now, the latest SMMT figures have come out for the UK car market and shown us that plug-in hybrids are in fact the fastest growing segment.
However, the problem with that is they are actually quite expensive in general. So what we thought we'd do is gather together some of them that are less than £40,000, which means you won't be paying the luxury car tax.
And these are the cars that we've chosen. And today we're going to find out if they're any good and which one you should buy.
When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky. Going up to the spirit in the sky.
Let's dig in then immediately to the prices. We're going to start with this car here. This is what I brought today. It's the BYD Seal U DM-i Comfort, which is too long a name, but not too high a price. So, list price for one of these, just over £35,000. This one, as option, £36,500. On Auto Trader right now, you can buy one of these in this trim level for about £30,000, brand new, which I think excellent value for money.
Yeah, that's really, really competitive for something of this size that looks this good.
Do you think this looks good?
I do.
I think the front looks good.
Yes.
I like the face. There's quite a lot of chrome in this area, which
Yeah.
isn't my taste personally. I think, Rob, though, the biggest issue, rear three-quarter shot,
Yes.
the wheels look like they're too far into the car.
And the rear suspension looks too high.
And then also the back of the car sort of looks like a mixture of a Porsche and then like they've just tacked another car on top of a Porsche. So it's just a little bit fussy and not really resolved around the back. But I think around the front it does look very good. And I will say, I do think it looks more expensive than it is.
100% agree
Yes,
with
it's
that.
a very premium face, I think.
Definitely. Let's have a look at practicality. So around here you really can see what I mean about the rear wheels. They line up at the bottom of the wheel arch, but not the top, which is...
It's a bit odd.
It is a bit odd.
I had forgotten what the back of this car looked like. The front's great, this is less so.
Yes, but it's BYD tech. But, Jasper, if you would be so kind as to open the boot and reveal, it's electronic opening, which is lovely on this cost of car, but I don't think a 425-litre boot is good enough for a car of this size.
No, it's quite a disproportionately small space for the vehicle, isn't it?
Well, it's the largest car here, right?
I think it will be the largest car here by exterior dimension.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Same size class as the HS, but yeah.
It's also got an interesting false floor.
There's not really much under it, is there?
No, I'd have just not had the option to height adjust it.
No. Speaking of things that are quite small, though, shall we go over to the Prius?
Yeah. So, gentlemen, take a look at my Prius.
Your tiny car that you brought to this test.
Yes, but it is a plug-in hybrid that costs less than £40,000. In fact, in this design trim, it is £37,895 on the road. This has had the optional metallic silver paint put on it.
The optional nondescript paint.
Yes, you can get it in a really nice yellow. This paint is £655. If you do want the yellow, it's a little bit more, so it's about £910 for the car.
Worth every penny.
Absolutely, because in yellow, woohoo, does this look good.
I also just want to point out, I think it's criminal to call a car design trim and then put these wheels on it.
Yes, these wheels are the smaller 17-inch ones, and they are technically alloys, but they do come with a massive plastic cap over them. You can, if you go for the more expensive car, get 19-inch alloys, which look so much better.
They don't even have a Toyota badge on them.
No, they don't. They're really it's a very
They
nondescript.
look like Halfords.
I do think actually though I've buried the lead there because the rest of this car does look amazing.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
It's like a shark UFO thing. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
There's a good fact about the windscreen, isn't there, Jasper?
There is. So this is actually a sports car because the windscreen angle is more sporty than that of a Lamborghini Huracan. Because a Lamborghini Huracan's windscreen is about 22 degrees of rake. This is 21 to 21.6 degrees. So take that, Lambo. Look at my sports Prius.
Yes.
How practical is your sports Prius?
Not as practical as the other two vehicles. Shall we have a look at the boot? Yeah. So we're at the back, which I think does look quite good.
Very sleek.
Yeah,
Very, very sleek.
It's a very smooth car, isn't it? And you've got this little spoiler.
They've dropped
and-
the double window.
Yeah, you don't need it. How much value did you add by having that tiny strip of glass before?
I've never really known. I've never known the point.
This looks good, it's tied together nicely, and I like the lighting.
Will you open up the boot for us, Mr. King?
Of course.
So Jesper can tell us the size figure.
Look at him.
Will I open the boot up?
Yes.
Oh.
No, it's higher. It's a sensible position.
Oh.
Yeah, how good is that? You don't have to reach around
Well, you
somewhere.
say how good is that?
He couldn't
It
find
took me
it.
some time to find it.
How big is the boot?
In this manually opening boot, I have 284 litres of space, which is not much.
No.
I also hate the parcel shelf, but that's another thing entirely.
Yeah, you watch the full review for Jasper's rant about this parcel shelf. Yeah, it is small for a family hatchback.
It's probably fine if you're an Uber driver, though.
It's definitely fine for a taxi.
Yeah.
But I suspect 4 people's luggage would be a struggle.
Not going in there. Unless you are all using carry-on bags.
Yeah, it's a soft bag packing, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
If you're flying Ryanair.
Oh,
good to
sorry.
go.
When you said carry-on bags, I was thinking of Barbara Windsor.
What?
Of course, Jasper doesn't know what carry-on is.
Anyway,
Let's end this carry-on and go and look at another British icon, the MGHS.
China car!
check out my MGHS, guys. What do you think?
I like it.
I do actually quite like it.
Yeah. It
I do think it looks good. And I've heard, Rob, that it makes good time up the hill at Goodwood.
Yes, you've been in it as it did that. Pricing, this is very cheap car. In this spec, it's less than your BYD was. It's 35 and 440.
Yes.
So it's a little bit less.
A little bit less. But if you just go for white, then it's 34,745. So it's very, very, very little money for what I think is a really rather good overall package.
Well, and also, we haven't really dug into trim levels across the range.
No.
But this is available, not plug-in hybrid, but it is available from about 25 grand,
Yes.
which is ridiculous value for money.
You can get the plug-in hybrid for 32
Yeah.
In non-trophy
in
trim.
an SE
yeah.
trim. There's only 2 trims, and you don't pick options, you just pick the colour.
Yeah.
So you just get what you get. It's got pretty much everything I think you would want on it, barring cooled seats. So pretty good, really.
Very good.
Very, very, very good value for money and an excellent amount of kit.
But shall we go look at the back and check out the practicality element?
Let's do it.
So here at the back, I think it looks equally all right for an SUV. Check out my carbon fibre.
Yes, your carbon fibre. I do think this has the same problem. I don't know if it's a Chinese design thing. Shock horror, by the way, this is also a Chinese car. Not British as the MG badge you would suggest. But again, the rear wheels are just a little bit buried under the wheel arch.
Yes.
I don't think it's as bad as the BYD though.
No.
And if I open up the boot,
Yes. That's a 507 litre boot, which makes it near as, damn it, 80 litres more than yours?
yes, 80 litres more than mine in a slightly smaller footprint.
Yeah.
Basically, this is the right sized boot for this kind of car.
Yes, yeah, and it's a nice big square shape as well, and the seats fold down nice and flat too, so if you want to put loads of stuff in it, it's very, very practical.
Well packaged.
Yeah. So, should we do something else now?
Yeah, let's drive these cars and see how they do that. So let's start, I think, by talking about the interior in here, because I think it's a real high point.
It's really nice.
It is. I don't think there's another car on the planet that can do... Have you got your camera? How cool is that?
That is very cool.
You can also talk to this car.
Yes, you can.
Do you want to try that out?
Hi, BYD. Turn on the passenger heated seat.
Okay.
Hey BYD, call the driver a wank.
So, not only do BYD know how to do a very nice interior, they are quite... Well, there's a lot of tech implemented in here.
And just a lot of equipment in general. So
Yeah.
I've got full electric seats. This is, I mean, I'm not sure if it's real leather, but it is like a full leather feel interior. 2 wireless phone chargers. I've got an opening sunroof, and all of this is standard equipment, as well as just generally good practicality. Big door pockets, front seat ISOFIX. I've got massive storage under the center console. Absolutely nailed it on the family car front. The place where this car falls down, especially in comparison to the other cars we've got on the test today, is ultimate driving dynamics. It feels very floaty and disconnected. The steering's very light and it's a lot of turns lock to lock. However, it is still very comfortable.
It is very comfortable.
It rides so nicely.
Other than on an undulating B road, where it gets a
Right.
bit seasicknessy. But round town, it's really comfortable.
Despite having quite big wheels as well.
Yeah. So lots and lots of tech and lots of comfort, both with like the plushness of the interior and the ride quality,
It's quiet.
and very quiet. And then efficiency-wise, this also has the biggest battery at 26 kilowatt hours. And it does claim that it will do 78 miles on EV-only range, which is quite impressive and the most of any cars in this test.
It is. Just.
The thing that BYD really love is how far this will go. So they claim that it'll do something like 800 miles when it's fully fueled and fully charged. But the important thing is I'm getting 40 mpg, according to the readout here, in a great big massive car with 218 PS. All of the figures are respectable, 0 to 62 in less than 9 seconds. It's a good family car for not a lot of money.
There's a lot to like with this.
I think, though, let's go and see how we all fit in that Prius.
Yes.
So we're now in the Prius, and I think it's quite quiet, quite smooth.
Quite grey.
It is quite grey, yes. The interior is, unfortunately, whilst it's very functional, I think it's a little bit drab, with the exception of this nice little bit of pattern and LED strip
I would
across
assume
the
you'd have
dashboard.
hated this because it sort of looks like carbon fibre.
No, it doesn't look like carbon fibre.
it
looks
does a
like
bit.
it looks like fancy wallpaper or something, doesn't it?
Anyway, I've assumed the Uber position in the middle seat in the back. And while visibly, obviously you can see I don't fit here properly, I can report that having been in the back of many an Uber in the old generation Prius, there is considerably more room in the back of this one than there was in the old one.
It's still not great, but it's better than it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genuinely enough room for a family car, I would have said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. If you sit in the outer seats, you wouldn't want to be 3 up in the back here.
How are you feeling about it dynamics-wise, Jasper?
So, the thing dynamically is that the car itself is actually quite good. So it's got a reasonable amount of grip and the chassis is very good, and it's quite a light car. So it's not much more than 1,500 kilos, but essentially it's a relatively light car, and that pays dividends when it comes to how it handles. The only thing that's missing from this car really is some steering feel. It's got more than the BYD,
It's got
got bags more.
but it's not, for example, got as much as other family hatchbacks,
We should clarify that Jasper last week was driving around an Octavia VRS.
which was excellent.
Yes.
I really, really liked it.
I've been driving around in the BYD all week,
And this
I feel like this has plenty of feel
Yeah.
in the steering.
I also agree that it's
It
fine.
could have more. It is very light and
Yes.
it's very assisted. But if I pop this into sport mode,
Whoa.
it gets heavier. Still can't feel much, but it does get heavier, which is nice.
And you don't have any issues with the small steering wheel and the gauge cluster thing
so
above it.
even me, as somebody who is quite short of stature, I can adjust the steering wheel somewhere where it sits nicely and I can see over the top to the gauge cluster. Because the other thing as well is, whilst this screen is quite large, all the information's actually only in like the upper
Yeah.
2/3 of it. So they kind of don't use the section where in theory it might be blocked. So it's a better implementation than, say, Peugeot.
What?
No.
I do also want to call out, in terms of equipment, the screen's very nice and very clear, but those graphics are a little bit dated. This is good.
Yeah, this is
Controls
excellent.
very clear, but cloth seats, manual seats. So what I do like about the Toyota is this will be as reliable as a cockroach. Nuclear war will not kill this car, but you're paying, I think, in some ways for that engineering and that knowledge that this is going to be a really reliable and
Absolutely.
really good car to you. You don't get the trinkets that the Chinese like to sprinkle
No.
over all of their models.
Because what Toyota are selling you is an insanely reliable product, and it just will continue to work. And you get their 10-year warranty if you service with them.
What sort of efficiency are you getting, though?
I will have to dig through the menus to find that, because this doesn't give you that information very easily.
I'm
What I
willing to
can-
bet it's more than 40 mpg.
It will be more than 40 mpg. Basically, I absolutely caned it home from work one day and I still got 48 miles to the gallon in this.
That's impressive, because you drive like an absolute chav.
And the other thing I will say is that when it comes to plug-in hybridness, the battery in this is significantly smaller than the batteries in yours. So this is only 13.6 kilowatt hours. However, the maximum electric range you can get from this is about 53 miles.
So it's a much better efficiency.
It's way more efficient, which is obviously helped by the fact that it's smaller, lighter, a lot more swoopy.
How powerful is it?
So this is actually slightly more powerful than your car, Harry, because this has got 220 PS.
And I assume since this is more powerful, but much lighter and more aerodynamic, it's quite a lot faster than my car.
Indeed it is. 0 to 62 miles an hour, 6.8 seconds.
Nearly hot hatch territory. Speaking of sportiness, let's get back in that MG.
We're now in the HS. So the interior is nicer than the Toyota. Hasn't got as much techie stuff as the BYD, but I still have two massive 12.3 inch well, that one's a touchscreen, that one isn't. I've got no physical buttons really for adjusting any of this the stuff. It is all in the screen, but it's not that bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is a sports car, remember?
Yes, yeah, Morris Garage.
To use a word that Harry likes to use, it feels very trad in here. It feels like a trad car.
Do I say trad a lot?
Yes.
Oh. You learn something new every day.
It feels like a familiar kind of interior, I think, with the exception of not having climate controls.
Yeah.
It does feel very familiar.
And it all feels relatively well made and screwed
Yeah.
together, and obviously MG have a fantastic 7-year warranty which no one ever complains about.
Yeah, no, always upheld and paid out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I've also got some shortcut buttons on my steering
I
wheel.
mean, people love those.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
I'm
I
bloody
can
obsessed.
I can change it into Sport, which I just have. And then that's probably a good time to talk about the fact that this is by far the most powerful vehicle here. It has 300 PS basically combined.
So with it having an 80 horsepower advantage over my Prius,
Yeah.
how much quicker is it from 0 to 62?
Not at all. It's exactly the same 0 to 60. But this is a much bigger car than
Yes.
your
It
Prius.
sort of feels more urgent than
It definitely, the power delivery definitely feels sharper.
It's
Yeah.
the only
I
one that
think.
doesn't have a CVT or CVT equivalent.
No,
Yes.
it's got a 2-speed automatic, but it doesn't. That's just what it's called. There we go.
Ooh, it squeals as well.
Yeah. But yes, it's not, you know, dynamically it's not as good as the Prius, but it is as fast as it.
Yes.
And in the real world, over the past 350 miles, it's got 52.3 miles to the gallon,
That's
which
very
is
impressive.
which is
Not bad
better
for-
than the BYD.
Yeah, I do also think it sort of feels more solid on the road than either of the other cars in the test.
Yeah, this has got proper, actual heavy steering.
Yeah.
And the other
with,
two
with
don't.
some feel in it.
Yeah. And the other two just don't really.
And the brakes feel decent. And
Yeah,
the accelerator
progressive.
is well judged.
Yeah.
There's a lot to like about this car.
Yes.
Like,
And it's
so
the,
much
it's
to
the
like.
cheapest, most powerful. This interior is probably in the middle of the other two.
Yeah.
But when it's the cheapest car, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's got all the tech on it you actually need.
Yeah, its onboard battery is slightly smaller than that in the BYD, but it does 3 miles less than that on a full charge
Yeah.
according to the WLTP, so it's basically negligible at that point. 75 miles on the charge. And when you fill it up with petrol and battery, it's basically a 700-mile car.
I've got to say, there's also just a huge amount of room back. I mean, there is also loads of room in the back of the BYD.
Yes.
But there's a huge amount of room back here.
And the seats are very comfy, aren't they?
Yeah, and you've still got a decent boot.
Yeah.
It's very well packaged for the footprint, this car.
Yes. So I think, should we go and chat about what we think you should buy?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
conclude this video.
So, to sum up then, objectively, with your thinking hat on, and if you do all the maths, this MG is probably the car that you should pick from this test.
That is somewhat undeniable. It's the cheapest, it has the most power, yada, 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 yada. However, if you like specification and technology above all else, this comes with pretty much everything as standard, more tech than the other two, and a sunroof.
Yeah.
However, we are aware that our car buying alignments are not necessarily those that you may have. So our pick from this test would actually be the Toyota Prius, because For more of an enthusiast, caring about things like driving dynamics, whether you can get it in yellow, and how horrendously reliable a Toyota product is, this has to be the recommendation.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would buy that.
I would
Personally.
buy that personally as well.
And it looks great.
It does.
It's a UFO. It's seriously cool to look at.
What? How has that happened?
How has it happened that the enthusiast pick in any car test has become the Toyota Prius?
Yeah, that's crazy times we're living in.
Anyway, there you go. There's our verdict. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe.
And if you want to support us, then you can do so in one of three ways. You can go down into the description. You can find all our social medias. Give us a follow there. You can buy some lovely, lovely, sweet, sweet merchandise, which none of us are wearing. And you can become a channel member right here on YouTube.
So that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will all see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.